So I was annoyed by this yesterday, Leroy. Okay.
Just one thing?
Well, the Marlins have a big pandemic. I know this is small potatoes compared to what's going on with the Marlins. Their season's on pause. 15 guys in the team have the Rona, including our guy Miguel Rojas. He's got the Rona reportedly. Urania, Alfaro, Garrett Cooper, Harold Ramirez. Those are the confirmed ones. I saw that Caleb Smith. Yes, it was our boy Caleb Smith. It was his birthday. And so, he said that he's having a rotten day. So maybe Caleb Smith has the Rona. I don't know. Nobody seems to know how they got the Rona. People are throwing out Twitter rumors left and right. I don't feel comfortable, putting that stuff out there. Is it crazy to think that Marlins went out in a certain town? It's not, because what else happened? Did they have a poison clubhouse? Who knows? But what annoyed me yesterday was, so I'm watching ESPN. I'm on the Twitter machine, Leroy, and they put up a graphic that says, breaking, MLB has postponed all Marlins games through Sunday after the team's recent coronavirus outbreak. And so it's like a graphic. I'm going to send it to you right now. And it says, breaking news, and then it's a Marlins hat on top of the glove. But the Marlins hat that they put up there is the old hat. And I'm not talking about the classic. I would have even been fine with that. All right, at least we got the classic. I'm talking about the old Marlins M that they had from the year before. The Lauria artsy-fartsy tie-dye Red Grooms logo. Where he decided, you know what? Hey, Samson, Lauria here. I think I'm going to have like 9 colors in the Marlins logo. And so they put up there, we have a story here, Leroy. The Marlins are the biggest thing in sports right now. Everybody's worried about the Marlins and all the Rona. And would it kill ESPN? I ask you, all right? They can Photoshop any person into a jersey. Anything. All right? As soon as Chris Paul is on the Thunder, Chris Paul in a Thunder jersey before media day. Is it so much to ask for ESPN to put the right Marlins hat up there? Is it so much to ask? They've had the logo now for 2 years, okay? And by the way, ESPN's not the only person doing this. Twitter's doing this. When they have Marlins scores up on Twitter, they have the old Marlins M. If you go to a Marlins game up on DirecTV, they still put up the old Marlins M. It's a pet peeve of mine because technology's never been faster. Is it so much to ask that you could update the Marlins hat like you update a Twitter profile pic? What are we doing here? It just drove me batty yesterday. Like, a little respect is all I ask for. We have everybody getting sick left and right. I know there's bigger things that I have to worry about, but it's just a pet peeve.
Hey,
it's a pet peeve.
Watch how quick they get that Washington thing off the side of their helmet.
Oh, I'll never see a Redskins logo. Never.
It's just a giant gray square with WSH on it. Like, they got rid of that in 2 seconds.
I'll never see it again. But the Marlins, somehow they've had a logo for 2 years, and they're going back to one from 2016. What are we doing here? Hey, graphics department. Well, what are you, sleeping at the wheel? Hey, anybody see that Marlins file? Because it's probably some bobo in the Bronx. Probably still calls them the Florida Marlins. Hey, this has an M. We sure this is it? Yeah, I'm sure, Bobo. Throw it up there, all right, for your 3-cent internship at the Worldwide Leader. Dum-dum.
You done?
Nah, it just annoys me. How about a little bit of respect, all right? A little respect for the ill.
Says the guy who was hopping around in a kangaroo suit or eating a street bird.
Don't see what one has to do with the other.
All right. You're demanding respect.
Yeah. A little respect for my baseball club. Please. Let's get to headlines, Robbie.
This is WAXYAM South Miami and WSFS-FM HD2 Miramar, a radio.com sports station.
And by the way, I had a lot of this yesterday. People were like, why do they're not relevant, bro. Doesn't matter, okay? If Sister Jean with the University of Loyola Sister for the Poor Nuns logo can get up there, you can get a Major League Baseball's logo up there, okay? They're your media partner. It's not that hard. Look it up on Google. And I had other people who were like, oh, well, that logo's way better than the one that they even currently have. Doesn't matter. First of all, it's not.
It's
all right.
not.
This past logo with Loria, where he comes out with like 9 colors. All right, looks like he's on a bad acid trip. He's like, what do we have, everybody? And it's like, well, we have this one with the teal, Mr. Loria. We have this. I have an idea. It's been given to my friend Red Grooms, and he says 9 colors. The orange stands for the tangerine, the blue for the ocean, the yellow for the sun. It's like, bro, what is this? A coat of arms? Like you're going out there and you're breaking down the logo and why there's 9 colors there. Get the hell out of here. That logo was hot garbage.
Hey, all the things going on in the world today, and you just went 5 minutes on a hat.
I'm good 5 minutes on ESPN being lazy. And Loria being bad at making uniforms. I'll tell you one that was great. You know what I wish they would have done though? Because I'm not a huge fan of the Marlins' new logo. Okay, it's okay. It's fine. It's very cookie cutter. Red and blue. Everybody's kind of doing that. So we kind of look like an offbeat Tampa Bay Rays logo right now. But it's fine. It's definitely better, more clean cut. I would have liked. And if Mr. Jeter wants to get a hold of me or Bruce Sherman, you should consult me on all things uniform. What you should have done was
really,
you should have gone.
I don't consider you a fashionista.
Trust me. And I would venture to guess. I don't have the numbers in front of me. I would venture to guess that when the Marlins did Throwback Weekend, I would venture to guess that was the best selling the Marlins have done of any merchandise in the Jeter regime than they did with the new logo. I don't know that for sure.
Did he have like 7 colors?
No, that's not true. They have vice colors. They have standard colors. Get it right, sir. There's a theme. That guy's an idiot.
Oh, you're talking about themes. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
And so, what the Marlins should have done with the update in the uniform was they should have turned the clock back. They should have gone back to Florida Marlins style, but just changed the F to an M. That should have been what they did. But eventually they'll all see our way. Just like the Dolphins. The Dolphins will eventually go back to the old school uniforms with the old school Dolphin. That'll look cool. The Heat. The Heat uniforms are nice. I like the 90s uniforms particularly. I like all the older uniforms. They're all better. Except for Vice. Vice is pretty badass. Vice is the best. What else you got, Robbie?
So, question.
Yes.
So we know that the Nationals, they've all voted against, except for one player, voted against coming down here for this 3-game series, and then it ended up getting postponed. But now I wonder, are they going to start a trend? Because I think that when the Marlins are supposed to come back, it's a 3-game series at home against the Phillies. Are all of a sudden the Phillies going to vote not to come down here, and everyone now it's going to be willy-nilly free-for-all? No one's going to come?
I don't know what it's going to be. I think really what it comes down to is they're all cowards because they don't want to catch this ass kicking that the Marlins are going to give them. Let's be real about it. I mean, the Marlins look like an absolute juggernaut of a team. And in a 60-game series, if you could avoid a juggernaut, it's like you're ducking a fighter. Why would you duck the least known, most dangerous fighter? Most fighters want to take on the most well-known, easiest fight. So if you know that the Marlins are coming with that ass kicking, you're like, oh, we're scared of the Rona. When really what the facts are is you're scared of Miggy Rowe, you're scared of Jesus Aguilar, you're scared of Jonathan VR, you're scared of Koopa Loop, you're scared of the groundskeeper. All right, you're scared of all of them. I mean, let's just say what it is, Leroy. They're going to use this coronavirus as an excuse not to take on the fish in 7 days' notice. But really what it comes down to is they don't want to catch these hands.
What?
Exactly. Oh, yeah. Now you're speaking my language. Let's get down to the nitty-gritty of it. Everybody knows Jorge Alfaro would never go to a booby bar in the midst of a season. Neither would Jose Urena. So, what do you have to deduce that this comes from? Obviously, they were poisoned by the Philadelphia Phillies. They let this virus loose in the midst of the clubhouse so that they wouldn't have to take us on a week later because they're losers. Okay, couple of ship rats on that team. Rats off a ship. You have JT Realhuto. He left the fish, didn't want none. You have Bryce Harper, left the Nationals. They won a championship. So what they did is they poisoned the Marlins clubhouse, so they gave them the Rona, made it seem like they were irresponsible, but really, in the real cases, they were irresponsible because they're losers. No further questions, Mean Gene. We've solved the case. I can't disagree with it.
Hey, there's one place I do not want to visit.
What?
Leeward Islands.
What's that?
That's where every hurricane goes through.
Oh.
Every time you see where a hurricane's coming from, they mention the Leeward Islands.
Turks and Caicos, and all the islands. I only know about all those islands through hurricane coverage.
So what do we got coming up next week, Robbie? We're going to have Monte Harrison on the team, Lewis Brinson, and we're going to bring Justin Bohr back from Japan. Is that how it's going to roll?
Yamamoto, bring him back.
Yamamoto, bring Dontrell. Dontrell's thrown his hat in the ring. We bring Dontrell in for a game.
Chisholm, Sixto Sanchez.
Yep. Because all the guys at Jupiter are apparently ready to go, Leroy.
That's the way this was set up. It's an unfortunate break that you don't have the guys you expected to play, but you have access to 60 guys so that if something like this happens, you have replacements. That's just a tough break. And I got to tell you, like, it's not the worst thing that could happen to give these young guys some
They might turn out to be amazing.
Right, exactly.
Then you have a conundrum. What do you do if the guys are amazing and then you come back with the Rona squad?
That's what their name is now, the Rona Squad. Really? Bring back the Ronas!
I feel bad for Miguel Rojas.
That's what it is, the Miami Ronas.
I feel bad for Miggy Rowe because Miggy Rowe's hitting like 700, and he's like the leader of the clubhouse. And Miggy Rowe's like, oh, we're playing. You can't put it in the hands of the players.
No. I've told you that. I've been telling you that for years. It's the job of the organization and the medical staff to keep the players out of harm's way.
Well, then the Nationals had no problem ducking out of harm's way.
Oh, yeah. Well, they're cowards.
Hey, here's a very interesting point. Right?
Yes.
Leroy, if this were any other team, Tobin would be bashing them like crazy, not blaming the MLB.
It's not true. Well, look. If I were to find out that Jorge Alfaro and Jose Urena and Koopa Loop were all at a strip club and they were under Astron while they were there and that they got the Rona that way, or if they were out doing body shots in the midst of Philadelphia, then I would be disappointed.
No, you wouldn't. No,
I would be
you wouldn't.
disappointed.
You're trying to do that again.
But I don't have proof.
You're trying to show this texter that you have a little bit of integrity.
I do have integrity.
How you would report a story.
I have so much integrity.
You are lying through your teeth. Right?
I'm not.
Now. Okay.
Texter writes in, maybe 5 delivery guys came to bring food to Alfaro. Poisoning. MJ style.
Alfaro's going to bring it up in his last dance.
Didn't Michael Jordan say he spit on that pizza so nobody else would eat it?
Yep.
Disgusting.
So he was the only one that got sick.
I mean, at that time, that wouldn't have stopped me. I would have probably ate the pizza.
I mean, I know a bunch of guys that wouldn't stop.
If Michael Jordan played through COVID, he'd be given a gold medal. He'd be like, oh, amazing, Jordan, you played through COVID. That's what you do. You spread disease, but you win at all costs. The Last Dance.
Really?
Yeah.
Look at what you've done.
What?
Now
Dude, I'm telling you right now.
You gave Jordan COVID just so you can explain the greatness of Jordan?
If Jordan would have played through COVID, but he would have won a finals game, people would have been like, bravo, Jordan. Who cares if you put people at risk? You're the best. GOAT. GOAT.
Really?
Yeah.
Why do you do that?
What?
Right? Man.
By the way, if Miguel Rojas balled out the way he did with COVID, I wonder how Barry Bonds would do with COVID.
I mean, Miguel Rojas was playing amazing. He was the best hitter in baseball. Couldn't be stopped.
For 3 games?
For 3 games, he was the most unbelievable thing. And he was fielding like a monster. That double play that he had on Saturday, the game they lost, whoo, so good.
By the way, is it going to be like this all year? When they win big, and when they lose big?
I don't know.
That's the worst kind of seasons, right?
And the funny thing is, they've had a game where they've only gotten 1 decent start from Sandman. The rest of them, it's been, Caleb Smith was hard times, Daddy, and then Robert Duggar had to pitch on like 2 hours' notice.
Man.
Yeah, we were worried about their bullpen being taxed out. Now they don't have to pitch for a week. The bullpen will be fine. Whoever doesn't have the Rona will be fine when they come back.
I mean, no dead rabbits, huh?
No dead rabbits.
Damn.
Dead rabbit.
A couple other headlines, because I know this is our last go at headlines before Zazzle and Ember take over. Inter Miami, we haven't heard about them in a while because they got swept out of the MLS tournament. But apparently they have made an offer to Luis Suarez. The Luis Suarez has
Really?
an offer from Inter Miami, according to
The
Mundo.
biter?
Yep, the biter bites Chomps McGee,
Wow.
according to
That'd be
Mundo
kinda cool.
Deportivo.
All right, cool. I'm down. Well, listen, they need a kick in the ass somewhere. They need some kind of spark because this team sucks.
Dude, they're
What?
hold on. Basically, what they did was, and they played better, but they were the version of what the Miami Dolphins put out the first 5 weeks of the season.
A little more
practice.
competitive than that.
No, I said that, Robbie, but I'm saying no practice, new team, right? Like, they weren't terrible. They just weren't that good. So, like, relax. They need something because they lost 5 one-run games.
Mario wants to know: does Snitchy have any intel on what happened to the Marlins? I don't know. He's concentrating on basketball mostly. Snitchy, have you been following what's happening with the Marlins?
Well, me and my cohorts, we were discussing to see if I could learn from any of the things that have happened with baseball. And what I'll say is this. You would think, after they heard about the Lou Williams incident and me having to report Lou Williams, that maybe they would turn it down a notch. But that's what happens when you don't have a bubble.
Maybe they ran into each other. Maybe Lou Williams ran into all those Marlins players in Atlanta.
Yeah, they're like, hey, what's up, guys? What if you just? How great would it be if there was an Instagram
Wait a
photo
minute.
right now?
Hold on,
of Alfaro
hold on.
Williams?
Here, let me ask you a question.
What?
You take everybody on the Marlins team,
Yeah.
and Lou Williams walks through the locker room. You think they know who he is?
There's some people who know who he is. Yeah.
No.
What are you talking about?
Who?
Miguel Rojas.
No way.
Miguel Rojas knows who he is.
No way. He knows him now because he got caught for going to the strip club.
Lou
Come
Williams,
on, man.
Will Lou Williams know who the Marlins players are?
No.
Definitely not. Definitely not.
No.
Remember when Dwayne Wade crashed over Alexander Barkov? He was like, "Oh, who? Best hockey player the Heat Panthers have ever had."
Right.
He goes, oh, cool story. Oh, what's up, bro?
Right. Like,
No,
it's not.
You remember when
It's
LeBron?
a baseball thing. It's not a Marlins thing. It's a
You remember-
baseball thing.
You remember when LeBron collided into Loria?